At pretty much every boss in the game, if you die, you're paying for it. Gravestone fees, wasted supplies, it all adds up. But not here. The Gauntlet is completely risk-free. If you die, you're straight back at the entrance, ready to send it again. No gear or armor required, you go in completely butt naked. If you've got Song of the Elves done, there's honestly no reason not to give this a go. As with all my guides, we'll be doing this with no fluff, no unnecessary sweat, and no overcomplicated nonsense. By the end of this video, you'll have the core techniques you need to get your first few Gauntlet and Corrupted Gauntlet KC. If you don't know the difference between Gauntlet and the Corrupted Gauntlet, mechanically, they're the same. Corrupted just gives you less prep time and everything hits harder with a bit more HP, and way better rewards. The only requirement to enter the Gauntlet is Song of the Elves. Once that's done, head into the portal in Northwest Prifddinas. I'd recommend around 85 ranged and magic to make sure you're dealing enough damage to Hunllef, and 77 prayer with rigor and augury for the best prayer boosts. If you don't have those, Deadeye and Mystic Vigor dropped by the Royal Titans are decent alternatives. Inside the Gauntlet, you'll gradually reveal the arena by lighting up rooms filled with monsters and resource nodes. During the prep phase, you'll gather supplies and use them to craft your own weapons and armor, fish and cook your own food, and make your own potions. You have 10 minutes in the normal Gauntlet and 7.5 minutes in the Corrupted Gauntlet to get everything you need sorted. Monsters drop the key ingredients needed for weapons: corrupted shards, weapon frames, and unique upgrades used to make perfected weapons, all crafted at the singing bowl in the starting room. Monsters come in 3 types: small, medium, and demi-bosses, and we'll cover which ones matter shortly. Armor supplies come from friend roots, giving you friend bark, crystal outcrops, providing crystal ore, and linum plants, giving you linum tyranum. Each node gives you 3 of each resource, conveniently enough to give you a full set of armor. Food comes from paddlefish, which you harpoon at fishing spots around the arena and cook back in the prep room. Potions are made using grim leaves from grim roots. These are used to create Ekniel potions, which restore prayer and act like stamina potions. To make them, you'll craft vials at the singing bowl, fill them with water, add a grim leaf and crystal dust. Crystal dust is made by grinding corrupted shards. 10 shards equals 10 dust. Now we know about the resources in the arena, what do you actually need to gather? There are 3 prep styles, T1, T2 and T3, named after the tier of armor that you're going to be making. This guide focuses on T1 prep, which is the fastest, most consistent option and the standard for learning. If you find Hunllef difficult, you can go for Tier 2 or Tier 3 armor, but that requires more resources and more prep time. In Corrupted Gauntlet especially, higher tier prep becomes much harder to complete reliably, which is why it's worth mastering T1 prep in the normal Gauntlet first. I've got a total list of items for my preferred T1 prep on screen now. Take a note of this or have a look at the Gauntlet plugin. You can use this to keep track of what items you need, like I've done here in the top left of my interface. So let's walk you through the easiest and most consistent prep route to make sure you've got everything you need for the boss fight. Step 1 is your first route. As soon as you enter the Gauntlet, start by killing weak monsters in the rooms directly touching the spawn. Do a clockwise or counterclockwise C shape around the starting room. This keeps your path tight and efficient. From this first route, you're looking for 1 weapon frame and at least 100 corrupted shards. Feel free to pick up logs, herbs, or linum and fish from the resource nodes along the way. Just don't wander too far from this initial path. Step 2 is your first crafting stage. Once you've got your weapon frame and shards, run back to the spawn, you shouldn't be too far away. At the singing bowl, craft a Tier 2 attuned staff and 3 vials. Fill the vials up as well. This lets you make potions whilst moving around the arena instead of panicking to get them all made at the end. If you have any fish, it's handy to cook them and drop them here. You'll need the inventory space now and you can pick them up at the end. This is something that's worth doing every time you come back to the prep room. Getting the staff early means faster demi-boss kills, which saves a ton of time. For learners especially, prep can be just as challenging as the Hunllef fight itself. For step 3, we'll gather the rest of our core supplies. In total, you'll need 3 crystal ore, 3 linum tyranum, 3 friend bark, and 3 grim leaves. On top of that, grab as much raw paddlefish as possible. Whilst fishing, if you haven't already, you can fill your vials at the fishing spots. If you're close to spawn and already have all of your armor materials, you can return early and craft your crystal armor now, as well as making any potions that you have the herbs for. This frees up inventory space for more fish. If not, you might need to do a final fish run before the boss fight. Step 4 is the demi-boss lap. Run around the outer ring of the map. You're hunting the Corrupted Dragon. You can protect from his attacks by using Protect from Magic, and the Corrupted Dark Beast, who uses ranged attacks. Pray against him too. You'll need to pick up a second weapon frame and around 250 shards total, as well as the orb and bowstring required for making the perfect bow and staff. If you see a corrupted bear before you come across a corrupted dragon and corrupted dark beast, kill it. Using Protect from Melee, you can pick up the spike it drops, used for making the halberd, and crush it for 80 shards. If you run into a second bear instead of a dragon or dark beast, he'll drop a different unique upgrade item, meaning you can stop looking for any more demi-bosses. It's technically a time loss, but it makes the fight far more consistent and repeatable, which is great for learners. For step 5, we're heading back to the prep room. Once you've got your extra weapon frame, the orb, the bowstring, and the rest of your supplies, teleport back to spawn, using the teleport crystal that you started with. Now you just need to finish everything up. Cook the rest of your fish, make your T1 armor if you haven't already, and craft your T3 bow and staff. Make sure you have 3 Eggneel potions. Ideally you made these whilst running around, but if not, do it now. If you want to save some inventory space, drink a dose now and combine them into 2 4-dose potions. Before heading in, you should have at least 8 doses of Eggneel potion, 16 paddlefish, full tier 1 crystal armor, and a tier 3 bow and staff. Ideally, you've got a full inventory of fish. If you're missing anything and you've got prep time left, go sort it out. If not, you might need to reset. Don't stress, even sweaty gauntlet grinders reset sometimes. Prep speed is heavily RNG based and bad spawns just happen. If you're finding all of this useful so far, drop the video a like and leave a comment, even if it's just to say thanks. It massively helps with the algorithm and gets these guides in front of the people who actually need them. And whilst you're down there, hit subscribe if you want more boss guides, tips and tricks, and live streams from me. I appreciate it. Once your prep timer runs out, you'll be teleported directly into Hunllef's room. If you've finished up early, you can walk in manually. This is the hard part, but it's great fun once you understand the mechanics. Let's go through it, talking about the things that you'll need to prioritize first. Praying and attacking correctly is the core mechanic of this fight. Hunllef has 2 main attack styles, ranged and magic. He always starts with ranged, so you can get protection from ranged up before you even enter the arena. After 4 of his attacks, he switches to the other style. He repeats this for the entire fight. If you lose count, don't worry. When you're learning, this is expected. Before he changes attack style, Hunllef will make a noise and do a little stomp animation, so you can just react to it. When Hunllef is using magic, he can fire a prayer disabling orb. If your prayer suddenly turns off, turn it straight back on. If that orb was the 4th attack, he'll be switching back to ranged immediately after, so don't get caught out by this. One more thing, never stand under Hunllef. If you do, he'll stomp you for up to 68 damage. Ouch. You'll also need to switch weapons regularly in accordance with Hunllef's prayers. Every 6th hit that you land causes him to pray against that style. Watch what he's praying and swap weapons whenever you need to. You'll also want to make sure you've got the correct offensive prayer up for the style that you're using. The first special attack you'll see is the floor tiles. The floor will light up during the fight. Tiles flash red as a warning. You need to get off these tiles as soon as possible. Then they turn orange. Standing on orange tiles deals damage every tick. As the fight goes on, the patterns get harder, the colour changes happen faster. When you get the boss super low, it's easy to start panicking. Just remember RuneScape's golden rule: don't stand in the shit on the floor. Don't overthink the patterns, just don't stand on orange. The second special attack you're likely to see is the tornadoes. Throughout the fight, Hunllef will spawn tornadoes that chase you and deal heavy damage if they catch you. Early on, there'll just be 1 or 2 tornadoes, but as Hunllef loses more HP, more spawn at once. They last for around 12 seconds. Just run away from them. See if you can squeeze a bit in of extra damage on Hunllef whilst you're running away. But your priority in this phase is staying alive, not attacking. You may need to run on long paths or through tornadoes if you have no other option. Just try not to stay still. Eating whilst moving is a great way to maximize your DPS and make sure you don't run out of food. If you don't fully understand tornado pathing yet, that's normal. Just get in there and practice. It's easier to understand once you've experienced it a few times. At the end of the day, Hunllef and most other fights boil down to 4 simple rules. Use the correct protection prayer, use the correct weapon, don't stand on things that hurt you, and don't let your HP hit 0. The hard part is doing all of this at the same time. Eat when you need to, keep your prayer topped up, and don't panic when things overlap. Everyone's early kills are messy, don't worry about it. The Gauntlet and the Corrupted Gauntlet are genuinely great pieces of content to get stuck into. The drops are consistent, the big ticket items are always on the table, and best of all, it's completely risk-free. On top of the money, this content teaches you solid PvM fundamentals like movement, resource management, and staying calm during longer boss fights. I definitely recommend giving it a go. If you've made it this far, please like the video and leave a comment with a guide you'd like to see next. It really does help out the channel. If you want to show some extra support, you can become a channel member or a Twitch subscriber. Huge shout out to you lot, I massively appreciate it. That's it from me. Thanks for sticking around, I'll see you next time.